1, go! That's how it usually starts, isn't it? Somewhere down the line, we're going to start. Maybe you're going to restart. It's a brand new year. Maybe you're just getting into a new venture. Maybe you're trying something for the first time this year you haven't done before, new revenue stream or something possibly like that. No matter what we do when it comes to that, we're going to do something different this year, or again, new, that we haven't done before. So how do we get this accomplished? You know what, everybody talks to me about goal setting. Well, yeah, Rich, you got to set a goal, got to put a timeline on it. I got to tell you, it doesn't work. I've been coaching people now for years and years and years. I got to tell you, the first thing I learned was goal setting doesn't work. It actually demotivates you. Why is that? Well, you know, you set the goal, you turn around, and you put a date on it. Well, that would be inspiring, wouldn't it? Well, it gets you in motion, put some stress there. We call that strategic stress, and we want to get ourselves going. Now, well, here's the thing that happens with that. Say you've got a goal, and you want to set it for the end of the year, and you want to hit a certain level, maybe 100,000. And by mid-year, if you're only at 25,000, does that motivate you or demotivate you? More than likely, that's going to be a clue how you get motivated. If you're demotivated because, you know what, you can't see yourself actually making the goal, you end up wasting the last part of the year. Now, the other part about goal setting that really kind of mystifies me, and I kind of look at that and I go, wait a minute, this isn't really making sense, is that we don't know what we're going to be up against. If we're doing something for the first time, we can put all kinds of blueprints together, we can do all kinds of business plans, but if we don't know what we're up against, you know, inside of us, we're not going to be able to move forward. So the key here is about knowing you, knowing what you're going to be up against, and then putting it into action in a reasonable amount of time. I really believe that people really want to move forward, at least most people I talk to, but they don't know how to make that happen for themselves. It's the one single thing that actually differentiates people that go and move forward and succeed at high levels, and those that don't, is whether they can implement that or put it to use or get it done. Getting it done is huge. So what we want to accomplish here is we want to get you in a place where right now you're starting something and that you're going to be able to move forward. So number one on your list, number one top thing that you need to do is you kind of have to have an objective of where you're going. Now from there, you may have a specific date that you're hoping for, but don't get overly attached to it. You know, shoot for that. If you don't hit your goal, you know, in that particular time frame, and it takes you a little bit longer, it's okay. Just recalibrate, no sweat. However, the objective needs to be set. In other words, I want to go for this type of business, or I want to develop this kind of revenue stream, or I want to get this many particular deals, or I want to get into that particular location, that store. Once we've got that set up, you know, now you know where your kind of focus is, but the next thing that you have to do is you got to decide what's going to happen. So in my books, the first thing you need to know is what is it that you don't know? Plain enough, right? We need to know what it is that will hold us back. We need to know what's stopping us from moving forward. We need to know that there's going to be some stuff that we just don't understand right now about moving forward. Now, that's why they tell us that experience is very, very valuable. You can learn from other people's experience, or you can learn from yours. Either one or both, you know, very good. The thing that's really hard, though, is finding the person with the experience that's gone through exactly like you that can do the job. So even if you go and you ask another individual for some advice, you're going to get it from their perspective. That means their natural instincts. That means their personality combination. That means all of the different ways that they've tackled life, their past culture, everything that they bring to the table. And you're going to be probably quite a bit different. So you have to modify. You may try things not working for you. You may try other things that they recommend that work for them, and it may work exceptionally well. That's why when you're turning around and you're going to get some training, you're going to find out that most people will get a small portion of what that person's talking about. Because training itself is nothing more than mere information. Doesn't tell you how to implement it or get it done. You need to know what you're going to be up against. You need to know where you're going to get stressed out. You need to know what's the weakest link in my calendar. What's the weakest link in my life right now that'll hold me back. So, you know, when I talk to people, I say, great. So you're going to start off in this new venture. If there was something that was going to stop you from being successful, what would it be? That may be your home life, that may be your finances, that may be you might take on too much stuff, you might get stressed out, you may not ask for help, you might not know what to do. All of those things are available. You need to know what it is. If you find out that first, then you can make an accurate plan about how you're going to do it and take small little bites to move forward towards that goal. You need to have an accountability team when you're doing this because it's really difficult to get your head in the game, stay in the game, and go through all the game. There's no such thing as a lone ranger. Very few people can put their head down and go and be highly successful at a great level without some people around them to cheer them on. So get your cheerleaders in line, find out who they are, find out the people that really want to see you successful, find out the ones who really get uncomfortable with the idea of you being successful. Don't take it personally. It's just stringing a cord inside of them that something's not balancing in their life. Maybe they're comfortable where they're at and they don't want to risk. And if that's the case, you know what? It's going to cause them some anxiety. Don't sweat it. It's not your problem. The thing here is to move forward and kind of go over that and love them up as you're going, but turn around and still move forward with your goal. So when you've got your objective set, turn around, get your little goals in place, get some accountability, and off you run. When you find out what you're up against, in the sense of how you hold yourself back, you have yourself a gold mine. That gold mine can actually take you to new levels you never dreamed possible. We all go through it. We all have to, challenge ourselves, if you will. We all have to deal with those internal dialogues that we run into from time to time. And that is part of the success cycle. You need to know it. You need to embrace it. And when it gets tough, you need to get that gumption going and dig in and get her done. So here's my encouragement for your new start. The 3, 2, 1 of it all. Make sure that this year you turn around, you find out what it is that could possibly slow you down. If you find that out, you're on your way. And I want to see you on your way. So best of wishes. Get going. Have some fun.